Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video where I'm going to be talking about a newly shown item, and this time it is the Transformers from the Masterpiece series Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. So this is quite exciting. Now it has been long rumored that a Bumblebee Masterpiece figure from the Bumblebee movie was on its way. Now we have some great images though via a review that was done, and yeah, it's great high quality images, really showcases a lot of the aspects of the figure, so definitely wanted to talk about it because this one is quite nice looking, I must say. There's quite a few Bumblebee Bumblebee character figures coming out, and this definitely looks like it's the top of the food chain, I would say. But of course it does cost the most, so it is definitely understandable. So going over the actual what we have here, first of all, the packaging looks quite nice, your standard Masterpiece packaging. On the back it shows you some of the features, which includes the battle mask, the articulated hands, the sword, the blaster, and then the hidden missile bay, which can be displayed when you pop up some of the pieces on his torso. So going over at the actual beetle itself, does look very nice. The bug, I think that it's cool. I like the yellow at the top, and then they have this like darker tinted, almost orangey towards the bottom. I hope in person that it's not that extreme though. That's a little too much. But I do like the variation in the shades of kind of yellow and orange on it, because that is nice and that is somewhat accurate. But again, I wish it's not as drastically different as that in person. Next up we have some of the accessories that are obviously the swappable pieces. Close up on those. And then we have the two Bumblebee figures kind of together. As you can see, obviously the classic one with the new Camaro. The classic one is slightly smaller, as you can see, but a little bit taller. So, you know, they're around the same size, but the original trilogy Bumblebee figure is definitely slightly larger. We will get a shot of them together once they're transformed into their robot mode as well. Here we have the two vehicles, the deluxe one from the Studio series with the Masterpiece. Big difference there, obviously, not only in just quality but in scale. And then here's the figure when he is fully transformed, and I have to say it looks great. It really represents Bumblebee from the movie, from what we've seen in the trailers and the promotional images. I think that this is quite spot on, which is very nice. I'm a big fan of how rounded, how many edges of him are very rounded. It gives him more of a cartoonish type of look, and it makes him feel softer and more of a welcome character. He's not so rigid like some of the other characters. So I think that does look very nice, and that is represented really nicely here. I do like the head sculpt. Sorry, I have a cat behind me that is making a little noise, but I do like the head sculpt overall. I think it's quite nice. Obviously the big eyes, and then I also like the torso, the way that's designed, where you have the front pieces of the car. This definitely looks like a Transformer, which is nice. That's something that I feel like we've lost a bit in the last two Transformers films. This definitely looks like it transforms into a car, which I definitely appreciate, and I do like. And overall, I do think it looks very nice. I like the kind of really shiny bottom pieces on the feet as well. Closer image of the head sculpt. Again, looking quite nice. I do like the blue on it. You can, of course, put on that faceplate mask there, which I think looks very nice as well. And then there's the missile bay, which, as you can see, like these front pieces just clip on, I would imagine, so you can just pop them up, and that's what reveals the missiles. But I'm sure that'll be used in a crucial scene in the movie. But yeah, overall looking very nice. I like he's very pleasing. He's extremely symmetrical, and again, I like the round forearms. I think that those look really nice. Those are definitely like kind of classic cartoon type of styling in design. So I enjoy that. The backpack, I like the way that it kind of flutters out. It almost has like a Bumblebee wing type of effect to it. I don't know if there's a side image here, but I definitely want to see this figure from the side just directly to see how bulky that backpack is. But overall, it does look nice. And here's some of the accessories on him, with the blaster as well as the sword. Sword looks okay. I like the blaster though. I think the blaster does look pretty nice there. Here's a big size comparison. You know, the other movie masterpiece, the Masterpiece Bumblebee from the original trilogy compared with this new one. And as you can see, there is a big difference. The new one is definitely much smaller, which is a shame. Obviously, you're getting more with the last one. However, I do like this one. I would imagine that's, you know, somewhat what it should be if the two of them were standing together for some reason. But I think that overall it does look quite nice. You know, as you can see, his legs on the newer one are kind of bent backwards. They're very much like as taut taut as possible. So this is kind of his tallest point. But overall, I think that the two of them do look really nice together. I do have that Masterpiece figure, and it's around. It's kind of like a it's somewhat in a Human Alliance scale. If anything, it's slightly smaller than a Human Alliance. So that means that this new Bumblebee is kind of in the kind of Voyager scale. He'd probably be about a Voyager, maybe a small Voyager. So yeah. So overall, size is pretty decent, and I would imagine he'll compare well with some of the other characters. However, I don't think that they're going to do any other characters from the Bumblebee movie, so this version of Bumblebee doesn't really go with anybody else that they would actually produce. So it would be very, very cool if they did some of the villains, such as Blitzwing, Shatter, or Dropkick, but I'm not holding my breath for those. Here he is with the deluxe one, which I did find on retail. The new Bumblebee figures are out, so I would definitely recommend hitting your local Targets to try to find them, because I was able to find them. But as you can see, just miles difference. The new one looks so much nicer than that old one. So yeah, overall looking very nice. Kind of all weaponized. Some more poses, and yeah. So overall, get you a nice just standing one. Overall, I think that this looks like a great figure. I'm actually quite excited for it. I do plan to pick it up, and it just gets me more excited for the Bumblebee movie as a whole. I'm very much hoping that 3A will also produce a Bumblebee figure. I think that would be great as well. I'd love to see that one. But as far as like Hasbro goes, this is your best Bumblebee figure that they're going to produce. So if you're looking just for one Bumblebee for your collection, and scale isn't a big issue, you want a nice representation of the character, then this is definitely going to be the one for you. I don't believe that there's a word on release date at the moment. However, hopefully it will be coming out soon, and yeah, I definitely plan to try to track it down and purchase it myself. So let me know what you guys think of this new Bumblebee Masterpiece figure from the Bumblebee movie looks, and thanks so much for watching.